Hello everyone, AV Ultima here, bringing you some more Battlefield 3 multiplayer gameplay on Damavand Peak. This is the Rush version. And today I'm going to talk about some replies and comments I received when I posted my tips and tricks video. If you haven't seen it already, go check it out on my channel. It might be still in the newest videos up there. And it's gotten some pretty good likes, so please check it out. Now, the comment is from the One Entertainer. Could you post somewhere all your setups, specifically vehicle ones? Well, as I said in my video, right from the, my tips and tricks video, right from the beginning, you really want to find your own playstyle and play the way you like, because my setups are pretty much the way I play and the way I like. For example, in this video, I am using the PDWR, which is very good, but to some people may have high recoil. When you first start out, it only has 20 rounds, so it could mess people up. So, it's really your own preference what weapons you like. So don't take my setups to heart and just completely use them, because, like I said, mindsets are very important, and you want to be comfortable with the weapons you are using, so your performance doesn't take a hit. Well, here are my setups. I'm only going to mention my Assault and Engineer setups because that's really the only classes I play. So, for the Assault class, I use the F2000. It has low recoil, high rate of fire, and does pretty good damage. And with a grip and good sight, it's a pretty effective weapon. I'd say anybody can use it. It's really, really good. I've noticed many Assault guys using it towards the higher levels, and they use it very effectively, so definitely use that. For sidearms, this can be both for my Engineer and Assault, is really situational. For example, I've just recently unlocked the Glock 18, which can be very good at extreme close distance, but is horrible at long range. It has extreme kick, and it does very little damage at long ranges, so if you want something that's all-around useful, just stay with the semi-automatic ones. And which one to use? I don't know. They all seem pretty much the same to me. The only differences are ones do more damage than others, and others shoot slower. So it's just preference. It really doesn't matter. And of course, for Assault, I have my M320 grenade launcher. You have to switch out your medic bag for that, and what is it? The defibrillators. And I don't think you can use any other gadget slot for that, because I think that's the only gadget you can unlock for the Assault. And specializations can be anything. I either use the ammo or the grenade pouch. For obvious reasons, having more ammo and grenades. But you can use anything on the Assault, suppression, whatever. Now for the Engineer class, I use the G36C. It does a lot of damage, and its kick isn't as high as the other Engineer weapons, and it has a high rate of fire, so it's very effective. It can really compete with assault rifles too. So, and with a grip, and of course a sight, it can be even better. Sidearms, the same as Assault, as I said, and I use the explosive specialization. Now, the anti-tank weapon I use is the first one you unlock for both sides. The RPG-7 and the SMA, I guess. I don't use the Javelin because a lot of times it misses. It's very, very frustrating, and I don't want to have to lock on to shoot my target. I just want to have to pull it out, fire, and then, you know, I've got my shot off in time. Especially in very tight situations, I want to be able to take out my RPG or SMA and take it out. Not to mention that when you use the explosive specialization, it gives you an extra 7 or 8 rockets. But when you use the Javelin, you only have a total of, I think, 4 or 5. So, yeah. Using an RPG or SMA is much more reliant, I think. And I don't use Stingers because, well, they're kind of worthless unless 2 or 3 engineers are shooting at one aircraft, which is usually not the case. You can waste all your Stingers at one aircraft and not hit anything. So I just think using the first unlocks is much more useful in all situations. Especially for taking out infantry if you like doing that, which I do. And as I said, I don't really use the support and recon a lot, so I can't really make judgments on them. But as you may have already noticed in this video here, look at the minimap. Notice how everyone is being spotted somehow. That's because a recon class is using the UAV very, very effectively. This is helping. It's like having an SR-21 or Blackbird in Call of Duty. It's extremely helpful, and I love seeing people on the map. It keeps your situation awareness very high. So if you like using recon class, definitely try that out. It's an extreme help to the team. Or that idea I had where you use one of the general weapons and place mobile spawns behind enemy lines. Speaking of general weapons, for both the engineer and assault class, I can use the PDWR. If you haven't unlocked it yet, well, if you have unlocked it yet, definitely try it out. Get the extended mags for it, then it becomes even better. It has a high rate of fire, does a lot of damage, but the only downside to it is it loses effectiveness at long ranges. So you have to be really accurate with it and use it properly. Well, all in all, it's a good weapon if you are wanting a challenge. Now, the other portion of his comment has to do with specifically vehicle setups, and this segues pretty good into the next comment, which is by the Red Navy B. Could you make a video talking about how to level up jets and or helis in BF3? He's having trouble because of being late to try them out, and everyone already has their specializations for them, and wants to know how to level them up quickly. Well, it's kind of like going into a game at level 1, not having any weapons, and going against level 50s, or level 30s or higher. Well, they have all the good weapons, but, you know, you can still have a fighting chance against them. You just have to keep trying and trying. You can't give up. Like, when I first started out using the jets, it was extremely annoying. I was barely getting any kills, and I would only get assists in like minutes and minutes of jet gameplay. Well, you just gotta keep trying and practicing, and sooner or later you rack up enough points to get unlocks for them. I don't know if there's any real trick to doing it. You just gotta, you know, practice and get better at it, you know? Which is how you do when you first enter a game at level 1. You just gotta practice, get more weapons and attachments, and you'll start getting better and better. And there are plenty of jet and helicopter reviews, or not reviews, guides out there. So go, you know, Google them, YouTube them, and you'll find plenty good ones if you're still having trouble. But you just gotta practice, get what you can, just try getting assists. When I was first starting out with a jet and a helicopter, I was just flying around shooting whatever I can, and even if you just get, you know, 20 to 50 point assists, that's fine, because air vehicles are the easiest to level up. I'm pretty sure you can get your first specialization in 400 points, so that's not that hard. Just keep trying, and you'll get it. Now, onto my actual setups for vehicles. Now, that's kind of hard to mention, as the setups are completely situational. I mean, for my air vehicles, I always use stealth and IR flares, always. And, you know, the other things are heat seekers, guided missiles, and what are they? Unguided rockets, rocket shells. You know, if you're going for anti-tank, anti-vehicle, rocket shells and guided missiles. If you're going for anti-jet or aircraft, you use the heat seekers. For ground vehicles, they're for the tank, I use, in this video, zoom optics, guided shells, and autoloader for anti-vehicle. If you want anti-personnel, you use the coaxial LMG. Do not use the HMG. It's not very good in any way. And for the IFVs, the infantry fighting vehicles, now they have plenty of specializations, like belt speed, which is very handy, zoom optics. Some of them are able to equip anti-aircraft missiles, so once you unlock that, that's very handy if there's any aircraft in the area and you're able to switch to it when you're in an IFV. Very, very handy. And, you know, I don't use a specific setup for all my vehicles. I usually change them depending on the mood or the occasion. So you should definitely do that too. Don't just stick to a certain weapon all the time. Depending on the map and the people you're playing against, you might want to switch to different weapons depending on how they're playing. Because usually every game is never exactly the same. So you want to switch it up a little bit in both cases. And I think that's about it on these questions. To recap on my setups for Assault and Engineer, I used the F2000, any sidearm, defibrillators, and the M320 grenade launcher, and any specialization. For the Engineer class, I used the G36C, any sidearm, the first unlock for anti-tank, which is the RPG and SMA. The blowtorch, oh, I didn't mention that. Oh yeah, I used the blowtorch. That's pretty self-explanatory. And the explosive specialization. And for vehicles, completely situational. Use what you like. And just keep practicing on them. You'll get better sooner or later. Persevere. And yes, that's about it. We're coming to the end of this game. I did pretty well. I think I end 25-5. The beginning is the most exciting part. It's because it's close quarters, obviously, and then it starts to get long range. The gameplay definitely shifts a lot, so it's kind of odd to get used to it when you're in a close quarters area for a short amount of time and then move into a long range area. It kind of throws some people off, like me, a little bit, but I still end up doing good. I did what I can, and my team was actually pretty good, so yeah. Right here, I spawned back at deployment because I thought I saw a vehicle, and I did check the map to see if it was around, but I guess I misread the map a little bit. But we are about to take this game, so yeah, no worries at all. Oh, and the general weapon I use is, of course, the PDWR. I found it very effective, as I said. In the next video, I hope to be talking about teammates and like squad tactics and things like that. That would have been actually a great addition to my tips and tricks video. Someone suggested that after I posted, so thank you to him. I will be talking about that in the next video. So if you guys have anything that you want to be mentioned in the next video, be sure to post in the comments section below. As you can see, I do read them and I will comment on them. If you're having any trouble with anything, please post. I hope you guys enjoyed the video. Be sure to rate, comment, and subscribe, and favorite the video, and subscribe to me while you're at it. My name is AV Ultima, and I'll see you guys next time. This will be extremely in-depth, so sit back and enjoy the video.